It's Tim Albright with AVNation with an ISE special. What we're doing is we are previewing Integrated Systems Europe 2019. Comes your way February 5th through the 8th from beautiful Amsterdam. With me to talk about both his companies that he'll be bringing to Amsterdam is Tom Devine from AVPro Edge and Meridio. Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it, Tim.
No, thank you. Thank you. You guys are in Hall 15, which if you're familiar with the RAI, Hall 15 is one of the temporary, they call them temporary halls. They really are temporary halls. They're heated and pretty good size. You guys are in Hall 15, though we're right there in smack dab in the middle of it. So as we're kind of walking through your Hall 15 G248. So as we come into the AVPro Edge and the Meridio booth, what are we going to find?
Well, you know, the location for the Hall 15 is going to be perfect for AVPro and Meridio because it is right off the main entrance. So to get to Hall 5, to get to Hall 4, all the big ones, you're going to have to walk right past our booth. So you'll definitely see us there. And when you get there, you're definitely going to want to take a little stop because AVPro Edge and Meridio, they're both AVPro Global Holdings companies, are sharing a booth, and we are going to be showing some really cool products. So from Meridio, which is our testing, measurement, calibration, we've had the Meridio 6G and 6A. Most manufacturers, all calibrators, and a lot of integrators all have these for testing HDMI and calibrating displays. Well, we are launching the 7G at ISE this year. So this is going to be a brand new generator unit that is built for 18 gigabit per second high bandwidth generation, but also is going to be much more expanded than our 6G. So you're going to be able to produce a lot more than just test patterns. You're going to be able to do a lot of audio tests as well and generate any kind of audio flavor that you can find and integrators are finding into today's installations. It really can cut down on your time for installing and make sure that you're installing products that are up to the grade that you want them to be. So the 7G is going to be a huge launch for us for Meridio at the show. And then since you're there looking at the 7G, you're going to have to definitely check out the AVPro Edge products. So we are launching some really cool stuff from AVPro Edge. So we have kind of changed the way people are down mixing audio. If you normally down mixed audio, you had to down mix anything. You have to switch your source to 5.1 audio, and so it can be down mixed to a 2-channel. Well, that's no longer the case. AVPro has launched the first down mixer that's able to handle full Dolby, full DTS HD. You can down mix 32 channels of Dolby Atmos all into a 2-channel, and it's going to be a very impressive piece to come by and check out. And then with that, we have all of our high bandwidth video distribution solutions that we're going to be showing, a multi-viewer and so you can have multiple screens up at once and shape them however you want, but then also have the fluent switching that you know from AVPro Edge.
I want to tackle a couple different things here. Sure. Go back to the 7G tester real quick. When you're talking with integrators, and there are some really great integrators out there, and there's some that are still learning and still getting their chops.
Yes.
Folks that are still coming up in the industry, what do you tell them when they say, "Oh, you know what? I don't really need a tester. It's just doing this, or I'm just doing this simple job." Why do you think that nearly every tech and every house should have a video and audio tester?
Yes. Well, I mean, first of all, you know what I would say to that integrator right away is, if you've never had to go back on location because you've never had any problems, then you shouldn't buy our products. But if you have ever had to go...
And you should buy a lottery ticket, just for the record, but go ahead.
Exactly. But if you've ever had someone call and say, "Hey, this TV's dropping out," or "I don't have audio here," or when I turn on all my zones, I have 3 of them that aren't working. And when that's the case, we find that every single integrator knows exactly what that's like. And those truck rolls cost money. That's time. That's another job that you can't get to. And when you use Meridio products, you're able to test your system completely before you leave. You can test it all the way up to 18 gigabits right now on the HDMI 2.0 spec. When HDMI 2.1 products come out, we will be there for you as well with testers. But right now, that's where we're at. So that is what you need to test your installation against. And because tons of products that we have seen in the AV world over the last 10 years are not ready for the 18 gigabits per second. A lot of them are built on a 10 gigabit per second infrastructure. You have to be able to test this, because what's going to happen is you're going to do the entire installation, and then someone's going to come by. If it's a commercial installation, they're going to plug in a brand new computer and it's going to output 4K 60, and then all of a sudden you're not going to be able to send it. Or if you're at a home, somebody's going to play a UHD Blu-ray and it's going to have HDR and all the things that we want to see now, but your infrastructure is not ready for it. So what the Meridio does is it gives you the confidence to leave installation knowing that you're not going to have to return, knowing that you are saving tons of time by testing your cables beforehand, testing all of your individual products, making sure that AVR that they have in their home theater is actually going to do what it says it's going to do, which a lot of times we find it's not always the case.
And I will say, as a green tech myself, way back when, one of the best ways for me to personally learn was when we would take our testers and try to break stuff, right? And then you take the tester and you were able to troubleshoot and you're able to run down issues that you had by having the ability to send out various signals down different type of thing. Again, when I was doing it, it was 5-wire, but that's beside the point.
But yeah, I mean, that's that same thing where if somebody who doesn't have a testing kit, they do get on site when that doesn't work. Now you got to unplug and plug in every single cable, and you don't exactly know where. So maybe you have to swapping in parts here and there. Well, you don't have to do any of that with a Meridio tester.
Well, not only that, but you also got systems where you may not have the content creation source available, right? You depending on where you are in the job, you could be to a point where the DVD player is not ready yet, or you don't have a computer. You're looking around for that ubiquitous copy of Cars that people play for the DVD. This way, you have a way you can send signals down the line.
Exactly.
On the 2-channel Atmos, which is freaking impressive, by the way.
It is. It's we are so proud of it, for sure.
Yeah, when you talk to folks about that, I know in my head some design applications for it, but what are some applications that you're telling folks that this is a great way to take that Atmos signal and send it down? What is the actual use case for sending that many channels down to 2 and then sending it someplace else?
Sure. Well, it's almost going to be the main application is going to be for your home theater, because what's going to happen is, you have a multi-zone system. So you have your zone in your bedrooms and your garage and the patio and in the kitchen, and that is all ready. And it has a distributed audio system throughout your whole home. Well, you also have a home theater, and you set up that home theater to have an immense amount of speakers everywhere, and you want that full Atmos sound that we want. We want to hear the helicopter going over us at the, as we're watching the movie. But what happens when you are watching this source in your home theater, and then someone else is in the kitchen and they're watching the same source? Well, in order to get that audio to be in both zones, what people have had to do for years is you just have to take your audio down to 2 channels, because the kitchen zone is not going to have all those speakers that's going to be able to understand Atmos. So what we are able to do now is you're able to deliver that Dolby Atmos sound directly to your home theater, but at the same time come right out of the source into our down mixer and send 2-channel to the entire rest of the installation. So everybody can watch the exact same content in every single zone, but we can put 2 channels to the zones that can handle it, and we can send full Dolby Atmos to that area that is not able, that can handle that full sound. And as I said in the past, people do this all the time. People have down mixed forever, but it was not Dolby Atmos. If you turn on an Apple 4K or you turn on a Roku, it even comes up and says, hey, if you are down mixing, make sure you set your source to 5.1 audio. Well, now with the AVPro Edge product, you don't have to do that. You can set your source to optimize the audio to be the best that it possibly can be, and our down mixer is going to be able to make that 2 channels.
Yeah, very good. All right, Tom. Not everybody's going to the show, even though there was 80,000 people there last year. Not everybody's going. So if they're not, but they want to follow along with everything that you have going with both companies in your booth, how do they do that?
Sure. Well, definitely if you just go to our websites, avproedge.com or meridio.com, you're going to find all of our social media links. And that's when you're going to be able to see us live at the show. So on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram and Twitter, we have just look up AVPro Edge. You would be able to find all of our accounts, and we will be sharing videos, pictures, and everything straight from the floor at ISE the entire time. And the same goes with Meridio as well. So at meridio.com, you can find all of our social media links. I suggest you definitely to go there and follow. We're consistently putting out exciting content, and we're consistently trying to break technology and push it past the point that we've seen it in the past. So we try to always look to the future at AVPro and Meridio. And if you stop by our booth at ISE, I think you're really going to see that.
Yeah, I met Tom a couple of years ago and been very impressed with the stuff that they were doing. So check them out. Again, if you're going to the show, Hall 15G248, 15G248, Tom Devine from Meridio and AVPro Edge. Thank you so much, sir. For us, for AVNation, you can go by the website, avnation.tv. Follow along as we head to ISE in Amsterdam and bring you everything happening February 5th through the 8th, including hanging out with AVPro Edge and Meridio. So all that and more at avnation.tv, avnation.tv.